Hey, what's up everybody, Cool Bro here, and today I'm going to be talking about Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader, as you saw from the title. This is probably going to be my longest story video yet, since Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker is my favorite character in all of Star Wars. So, yeah, let's get into it. Anakin Skywalker was born in 41 BBY on the planet Tatooine to Shmi Skywalker. Anakin never had a father, and was born because of the Force. Anakin was born into slavery, and he and his mother were originally owned by Gardulla the Hutt, until Gardulla lost them to Watto in a bet, when Anakin was free. Anakin and his mother then had to stay at Mos Espa and work for Watto. While working for Watto, Anakin had a natural ability at building things, even building a protocol droid named C-3PO from scrap he found in Watto's shop. He also built a pod racer too, and loved racing them, even though he never finished the race. Growing up, Anakin's closest friend was Kitster, and when not working, would play with him. When Anakin was 9, he met a Jedi named Qui-Gon Jinn, and a young girl named Padme. They also had a Gungan named Jar Jar Binks, and an astromech who were in need of a hyperdrive. Anakin offers him shelter in his home from a sandstorm, and Qui-Gon found out that he had a higher midichlorian count than Master Yoda himself. After Anakin entered in a pod race, Qui-Gon made a bet with Watto. If Anakin won, Jinn would keep Anakin and the hyperdrive. After winning the race, Anakin was now free, and he was taken to Coruscant, but missed his mother. After being presented to the Jedi Temple, the Council refused to make him a Jedi, since he was too old to begin training, but Qui-Gon was determined to make him a Jedi. Anakin had to go with Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Padme to Naboo to stop the Trade Federation after he was presented to the Jedi Council. During the Battle of Naboo, Anakin accidentally blew up a Trade Federation droid control ship, ending the battle, but Qui-Gon had been killed by Darth Maul, and Obi-Wan promised to train Anakin. After Obi-Wan became a Jedi Knight, he took Anakin as his Padawan, and Obi-Wan began teaching Anakin how to use the Force. When Anakin was 12, he had learned how to master the Force, and Obi-Wan took him to Ilum to build his first lightsaber. Anakin was already a great swordsman, but was a show-off, and most of the time did not get along with his Padawan peers. When on Coruscant, Anakin would hang out with Chancellor Palpatine, the two growing a strong friendship, but Palpatine getting into Anakin's mind. Skywalker went on many missions with his master, like going to Cornelian IV and many others. When not on missions, Anakin and Obi-Wan would do sparring lessons. When Anakin was 19, he and Obi-Wan were assigned to protect Padme, who Anakin was very excited to see again. After another attempted assassination on Padme, Anakin was assigned to protect her on Naboo, being Anakin's first mission without Obi-Wan. While on Naboo, Anakin started to form a close relationship with her, but after having a nightmare about his mother, Anakin had to go to Tatooine, and Padme agreed to come with him. After finding out his mother was taken by Tusken Raiders from the Lars, Anakin went out to find her. When he found her, she died in his arms, making Anakin turn to the dark side for the first time, slaughtering the Tuskens. When Anakin came back and buried his mother, he found out Obi-Wan had been captured, so Padme and Anakin went to Geonosis to rescue him, but while on Geonosis, Anakin's lightsaber was destroyed, and he and Padme were captured and sent to be executed with Obi-Wan. But then, the Jedi had come to the rescue, along with the new clone army, so Anakin and Obi-Wan went to find Dooku. But when finding Dooku and fighting him, Anakin's arm was cut off, and Obi-Wan was injured, and Dooku escaped. After getting a new hand, Anakin and Padme secretly got married on Naboo. After becoming a Jedi Knight and building his new lightsaber, Anakin became the general of the 501st and fought in battles with the clone Captain Rex. During the Battle of Christophsis, Anakin was given a Padawan, Ahsoka Tano. The two became close friends, along with Anakin teaching Ahsoka how to be a Jedi Knight. During the wars, Anakin and his Padawan fought in many battles, and Anakin showing off his fighting skills in many of them. During the Second Battle of Geonosis, he and Ahsoka were fighting in it, but Ahsoka got trapped in rubble, luckily Anakin saving her. He also fought in many other battles with his Padawan. During the Battle of Kamino, Skywalker had to fight Asajj Ventress, who, during the start of the wars, had given him the scar on his face. During one time, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka got trapped on the Mortis, and Anakin was shown his future by the son of what he would do in the future, driving him insane, but the father erased his memory of it. During one mission, Anakin was sent to the Citadel along with Obi-Wan Kenobi, Captain Rex, and Fives, and a few other clones, to save Even Piell and Tarkin from the Citadel. When arriving, his Padawan, Ahsoka, also snuck onto the mission, even though he told Ahsoka not to. After Even Piell died, Ahsoka was given the information that Even Piell had, and they had to return to Coruscant to give it to the Temple and Palpatine. After fighting in the Battle of Mon Cala, Battle of Umbara, and fighting Count Dooku and Naboo, Anakin's Padawan, Ahsoka, was accused of the bombing of the Jedi Temple, and she was taken to trial. But Anakin found out it was Tano's friend, Barriss Offee, who did it. Ahsoka decided to leave the Order because of the humiliation. On a mission after that, Padme had gone missing on Batuu, so Anakin teamed up with a chick named Thrawn to find her, which they later did. After the Battle of Yavana and a mission with the Bad Batch, Anakin and Ahsoka were reunited again, and Anakin gave Ahsoka her lightsabers back, since he would need them in the Siege of Mandalore. But Anakin and Obi-Wan had to rescue the Chancellor from Count Dooku. When Anakin and Obi-Wan got on board the ship Palpatine was on, Dooku was there. And after Obi-Wan was injured, Anakin cut Dooku's hands off, then finished Dooku. Then Anakin, Palpatine, and Obi-Wan crashed on Coruscant. After the crash, Anakin went to see Padme, who he had not seen in a long time, but during the wars he would visit her whenever he got the chance, and he found out he was going to have a child. But when he and Padme got to Padme's apartment, he had a dream Padme would die, just like his mother. When Anakin went back to the council, he was sent to spy on the Chancellor, and Anakin was told by Palpatine he would be Palpatine's personal representative on the council. The council agreed, but did not grant Skywalker the rank of Master, angering him. When Anakin met with Palpatine again, he was told the Sith could stop people from dying. And when Skywalker met with Palpatine again, he found out Palpatine was a Sith Lord, so he informed the council. Mace Windu told Anakin to stay at the temple, and he would handle it. But after thinking of what Palpatine said about stopping people from dying, he decided to stop Windu. After stopping Windu, Anakin became Darth Vader, and was sent to kill all Jedi at the temple, while Palpatine executed Order 66. When Vader finished at the temple, he was sent to Mustafar to get rid of the Separatists. While on Mustafar, Padme came to see him after hearing what he did. But when Anakin saw Obi-Wan coming out of her ship, he force-choked her, so Obi-Wan had to fight him. At the end of the fight, Vader was defeated by Obi-Wan, and he burned in the lava. After finding Vader barely alive, Palpatine took him to Coruscant to get him in a suit to keep Vader alive. After being told of Padme's death, Vader was now assigned by the Emperor to make a new lightsaber. After defeating the Jedi Infilala, don't know if I said that right, and taking his lightsaber, Vader went to Mustafar to bleed it. Once Vader's crystal was red, he made his own lightsaber hilt to look like his Padawan lightsaber. Now, Vader was a Sith Lord. The Grand Inquisitor was the first Inquisitor Vader met, who he fought at the Jedi Temple. Then, he met all the other Inquisitors when Sidious said that they were part of the Empire. Each Inquisitor Vader trained in the ways of the dark side, and Vader went on missions with them to get rid of any remaining Jedi. Since Sidious had his Imperial Palace, he said Vader should have a place of his own. Vader chose his place to be on Mustafar, and Sidious agreed. So, Vader made his castle to have only things for his survival placed in it. Most of Vader's time during the start of the Empire was hunting Jedi with the Inquisitors. When not hunting Jedi, Vader would train the Inquisitors or spend time at his castle. In 9 BBY, Vader found Obi-Wan and fought him after winning the first fight by injuring Obi-Wan. But Vader still had to fight Obi-Wan again, this time losing when Kenobi sliced his helmet open. In 3 BBY, Vader fought his old apprentice, Ahsoka, on Malachor, with Ahsoka also slicing open his helmet and escaping into the world between worlds. After the Battle of Scarif, the Death Star plans were taken by Princess Leia, so Vader captured her ship and could not fight the Death Star plans because the plans had already been hidden. So Vader had Leia taken to the Death Star. When on the Death Star, Leia had to watch her home planet Alderaan be destroyed. But Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Obi-Wan had come to save her. But Vader and Obi-Wan met again, this time being their last fight ever, with Vader defeating Kenobi. But Leia escaped. When Vader found the rebel base on Yavin 4, the battle began, and the rebels destroyed the Death Star. A little while later, the rebels attacked Simon 1, and with Vader fighting Luke Skywalker for the first time. But Luke escaped. After more conflicts with the rebels, Vader found the rebels' hidden base on Hoth. But during the battle, the rebels escaped, so Vader hired bounty hunters to find them. One of the bounty hunters, Boba Fett, traced Han Solo and Princess Leia to Bespin. So, Vader set up a trap to take his son, Luke Skywalker, to the Emperor, and turn Luke to the dark side. When Luke arrived, he fought Darth Vader until Vader cut off Luke's hand, but Luke escaped after Vader revealed he was Luke's father. After fighting Luke, Vader was tested by Sidious when Sidious destroyed Vader's mechanical limbs and threw him on Mustafar, taking Vader's lightsaber and sending Ochi of Bestoon to kill Vader. But Vader managed to survive and find out about Sidious's plan on Exegol. After the second Death Star was discovered, the rebels had to destroy it. When landing on Endor to stop the rebels, Luke Skywalker turned himself in to Vader, knowing there was still good in him. When Vader took Luke to the Emperor on the second Death Star, but Luke managed to get his lightsaber back, and fought Vader, and ended up slicing off Vader's prosthetic hand. But when Luke would not turn, Sidious started to electrocute Luke with Force lightning. But Vader turned back to the light side, saving Luke. When the Death Star was going to be destroyed, Luke took off Anakin's helmet, so Anakin could see Luke with his own eyes, and Anakin went into the Force. So, how did you guys think of that video? we will have one more video after this for the important people in Ahsoka's life stories. And the next one will be Plo Koon, and then also in this video, in the Plo Koon one, I want to know what characters I should do, or what Jedi or Sith I should do next. So just comment down below what characters I should do, and I will give you a shout out in the video that I do on the character or the Jedi or the Sith that you want me to do. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you like these videos like this, consider subscribing to the channel. It helps out a lot. And yeah, may the Force be with you. Peace out.